As we move into top four now, where on winner side, as mentioned before, we got Ben and Zuppy, so another Fox Sheik matchup. And then on loser's side, we have Swift and Chem. So a different type of Fox for Swift to deal with after the impressive reverse 3-0 on Aklo just a minute ago.
Yeah, we actually saw Zuppy, or sorry, rather Ben play Aklo, and Aklo, like a super experienced player against Sheik. His brother plays Sheik, and yet Ben took it very convincingly. Like it was a like game 5, but it still felt like Ben really playing solidly. So definitely interested to see how he kind of approaches the Zuppy matchup. Zuppy, a box player, always playing a little bit differently because of that, and just kind of has been quite a hot player himself.
Yeah, Zuppy is one of those players that's really managed to use this online era to make a name for themselves. He's managed to, take pretty serious names during this era, and I'm sure he's looking to keep that going as we get back into IRL majors as well. And that's just I feel like that's a really cool aspect of it's kind of makes Melee really exciting right now with the fact that all these big tourneys are coming up. You kind of notice that people are amping up the practice, amping up how much they enter tournaments right before all these events are happening. So it's cool to see that people are ready to go for when these IRL majors do happen very soon.
Ooh, beautiful CC grab. I completely agree. Genesis right now is kind of like on everyone's mind. Everyone wants to be kind of playing as to their best, and kind of this is like the warm-up. This is like, if you can win this, you can win it anywhere. And so maybe that's a bit of an exaggeration, but you really want to play kind of use this opportunity to kind of improve as much as you can. And I think Zuppy and Ben are two players, if they're both going to Genesis, I could see getting like really quite far in the bracket. I think the fact that they're this far in the first place sort of proves that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, now that you mention it, it's funny that quarantine like lasted so long that now it doesn't even feel like Ben is like an up and comer anymore.
Yeah.
but he did kind of start like making a name for himself during quarantine. So the fact that at this point he almost feels like a veteran says a lot about how long we've been kind of deprived of IRL majors here. But definitely interested to see how players like this, both Ben and Zuppy, do at a lot of these upcoming IRL majors.
No, absolutely. And I know, like, Zuppy, on top of his very impressive results, he was at Pinnacle in Vancouver in October, and I was hanging out with Nun afterwards, and Nun was telling me, like, Zuppy is, like, not easy to play against. Like, he's like, I'm kind of worried about dropping sets to him lately. Like, he's just, like, improving kind of every week. So, not surprising to see him in top 4, not surprising to see him in winners, not surprising to see him have a lead right now. He is super capable.
Yeah, this as well as Zuppy has done recently, I don't know that he really has a big online win with this stacked of a bracket. So this could be a big step for Zuppy if he gets a win of this level, because he's definitely constantly placing well in like every online event he enters. But again, I don't recall if he's had a actual tournament win with players of this caliber in the bracket before, so this could be big for him.
Yeah, and there's really is something about like when you actually get that big win that your confidence like shifts. You're like, okay, like I'm not just like a good player, I'm a player that can like win the tournament. So I think I know, like, having spoken with him, that he is a pretty confident player to begin with. I remember talking to him about, like, he was entering some tournament, and I said, like, oh, like, it'd be cool if you, like, matched up against HBox. Like, you might win it, might get the upset. And he told me, that wouldn't be an upset. And I was like, okay. All right, damn. Like, well, all right.
Well-deserved confidence, but he did just miss a ledge dash to lose the lead here. Okay, turnaround up tilt. Interesting choice.
Yeah, keeping it kind of funky, a little different, knowing the percents, I guess, there. So good stuff to him.
Yeah. Yeah, that probably wasn't like, at least like 5 or 10% lower than that, and that probably wouldn't have killed. So that was definitely some good knowledge of percents there from Zuppy.
Absolutely, and so far, Ben getting a lot of mileage off of this tech chase. Good read on the tech away as well. You know, it's always kind of a weird situation when they tech in place like over and over and over again. You kind of both players are like, "You gonna do it one more time?" Yes, no, yes, no. So Ben
Yeah.
calling it out correctly.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay.
Oh, that's not what you want. Really,
Yeah,
really big edge guard.
that might have been the difference in the game here. Okay. Zuppy
Really,
does
really
find
good recovery.
Paige.
This is so close. It's
Oh,
an air.
that nair, and yeah, that the double jump was already gone from Zuppy, so that was great job from Ben, especially if he recognized that the double jump was gone already to get that nair out. And at that percent with the double jump gone, pretty much any aerial that knocks him off stage is going to do the trick.
Yeah, and really, really great first game there. That was the first game, right?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. So, like where do you think we're going to be seeing as a counter pick? We saw Zuppy previously go to Pokemon Stadium, but
Yeah.
obviously FD can be really strong as well.
Yeah, it's generally always one of those two, either Stadium or FD, and we do see the Stadium come out. I think with FD, it makes it a little bit tougher in terms of Sheik has a ton of room to tech chase, and there's like no real escape from it for Fox. So some Fox players, I think, for that reason, prefer Stadium over FD in this matchup. I still think either way, you're in good shape as Fox against Sheik. I mean, they're both really, really good stages for the matchup. Ooh.
I totally agree. And I feel like we've been seeing, both in this set and in the set against Aklo, like Ben having just very like intelligent reads. And I feel like sometimes you get a read where it feels like they really, I mean, I love that I called him intelligent, then he just does a back there, but that's just how it goes. But yeah, sometimes you get a read where it's like a personal one. You can tell like they're adapting to something they're doing. But sometimes it's just like I play against Foxes all the time, and this is what Foxes like to do. And I feel like we're seeing a lot of that from Ben, where it's like, oh, like Foxes love to go for tech plays here, and I'm ready for it.
Right.
Oh my god.
Yeah, interesting combo continuations from Ben. Okay. Let's see if Zuppy can close this out. Okay, opts not to go directly for the up smash there for some reason. And this time gets the backside of the up smash, so Ben's still living.
That's actually, one of the things in the previous set with Zuppy versus Sheik was that he had very, very, very consistent edge guards. He would go for kind of like the reliable reset, like a back air. They were like, oh, it might kill, but I'm just going to for sure go for the back air because I can't drop this. So seeing him drop it is actually a pretty big deal. That was one of the things that kind of led him to winners in the first place, and he needs to clean it up if he's going to take the set.
Yeah, for sure. That was definitely an odd scenario where it felt like the up smash was clearly the play because it was just 100% kill at that point. But Zuppy not opting for it and taking some damage because of it, but has managed to bring it back to even pretty quickly.
Yeah, sometimes there's a thing I feel like I've noticed among the like newer school Foxes where sometimes you kind of think like, are you like making this too complicated? You know what I mean? Like, did we need like everything you just did, like the double shine, whatever? Like, is there a way to just kind of rip an up smash and win? Like, obviously I'm not in top 4 right now, so like, what the hell do I know? But sometimes it's hard not to wonder.
Yeah, you definitely make a good point, and I think it's there's also something to be said of like if they are trying something that theoretically for whatever reason is like more optimal, then maybe they just need to get experience doing that. They just need to practice that specific thing and get better at it so that they nail it more often. But in some cases, it's like just take the kill if you have the kill. You know what I mean? Like if you have a free up smash, then just take the up smash probably.
I just know, Zuppy's gonna watch the set afterwards and be like, actually, guys, like it wouldn't have killed. You guys are both scrubs. Like it was 2% off. Like I've got it all in a notebook, man. What the hell's wrong with you? So very, very prideful player. I'm hoping we're correct. And so far, this edge guard could be it. Gets the up air again. And another up air. Goes for the forward air.
Yeah, actually manages to get all the way up there and get the forward air. That was really nicely done from Ben, who now is up 2-0. And I wonder if we maybe see a different counter pick from Zuppy, or if he sticks to his guns and goes back to Stadium here.
Yeah, like I know what you mean about the tech chase thing, where like if you're on FD, sometimes you kind of feel like you kind of can't escape. So that might be why you go to Pokemon. I could see Zuppy kind of subscribing to that belief that like, it's just easier to have platforms to deal with. But I like FD a lot as a choice. Sounds like we're gonna get Stadium once again. Not too surprising. I think that's just like a comfort pick for Zuppy.
Yeah, no, I've also noticed that Zuppy is not a very wave shine heavy fox in this matchup. Like maybe he just respects the SDI from the opponents too much at this point, but has barely gone for any wave shines. We did see one right there, but because of the lack of wave shines, that definitely makes FD a bit weaker as a counter pick.
Definitely. And even as you were saying that, like Ben hit the SDI up on the Nair, so like maybe Zuppy is right to do that. Ben SDIing a lot in this matchup. He even as you say that, the previous set he did get the SDI on the drill, so against Aklo. So like Zuppy might kind of have the experience. He might know like, look, it's just not worth it to go for multiple shines because this guy is so on top of his defensive game.
Right. Very possible.
I feel like he's dropping way more edge guards than he was in the previous set, and you just can't be doing that against Sheik. That's like one of her clear weaknesses as a character.
Yeah, for sure. Let's see if he can close it out here. Okay, nice air dodge from Ben. This should be stock. Finally is, but pretty sizable lead for Ben, who is trying to 3-0 here.
Yeah, like even there, we're seeing the kind of attempt at the SDI on the drill, kind of barely gets it at the very end. Good tech chase opportunity though. This should be a stock if you can just get one more opening. Yeah, forward throw.
Oh, interesting with the shine, but doesn't quite work out as you're still off stage even after the reflect.
Yeah, and it commits you to lag, right? So it's one of those situations where
kind of low,
where you're looking at it and you're like, oh, like it even hit him, and then you're like, no, it's bad. Never mind. What am I talking about?
Oh, yeah, that doesn't actually do much for me, does it?
Yeah. I think it's like one of those moments where, when you're edge guarding someone and you're trying to cover it and you don't hit them and you're like, what the hell? And then you realize like they didn't grab this edge and you're like, okay, no, wait, I did it right. They just like weren't able to land it anyway. Definitely kind of a similar situation.
That was pretty clean though by Zuppy to even it up at 2 stocks apiece. We'll see if Zuppy can at least get on the board in winners finals here. Okay.
Yeah, you mentioned clean. Like Ben looking really clean with this 2-0 already, and this is the first time the set has kind of felt close. Like he has been really, really dominant, even on Zuppy's counterpick.
Ooh, interesting trade there. I feel like whoever takes this next stock is it's pretty important here for the flow of not just the game but the set.
Yeah, I completely agree. Up air, not really what you want there, but the up tilt is, and he's still going jab into forward air.
I really like that.
It's going to be right. This stock, it just feels so important.
Yeah, that jab on platform to run off air. You don't see that too often, honestly, from Sheik players, but very nicely done from Ben. Okay, Zuppy does clean it up pretty quick.
Oh, but actually that extra percent matters a lot. Like, crouch cancel is so big against Sheik. And while 49 isn't nothing, like it just opens up a lot, and 100% already. That's gonna do it. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, not yet, but yeah.
Yeah, there it is. The 3-0 from Ben. Nicely done from Ben, obviously, but certainly feels like there were a couple of things that Zuppy could have done differently. Namely that up smash. Like I don't know why.
Just like Chilla closes his eyes and he's like, "What was that, man?"
As a fox who's been playing the character since like 2003, that kind of hurt to watch.
Yeah, I mean, those are the kind of things though that it's like if you're like a betting man and you see that, you're starting to kind of question it a little bit. And I feel like the very previous set where he was playing against a Sheik, I was watching a Zuppy that was not dropping edge guards, that was playing like the flow chart really intelligently. And then in this set, we see him dropping up smashes. We see him going for kind of questionable options in situations that feel like pretty mapped out in the matchup.
Right.
So that could be a lot of things, maybe Zuppy's starting to run out of gas, maybe he's a little bit nervous playing against Ben. Maybe they have a bit of a history. It's really hard to say, but I definitely feel you on the back air being kind of representation of the larger match.
Yeah. That's it just kind of represented the fact that Zuppy was just taking a bit too long to get the kills sometimes, and that just allowed Ben to get a ton of extra percent on some of those stocks, and that pretty much made the difference in the set. I mean, obviously it was a 3-0, so it's not like it was super close,
I was
but
just gonna say close though. Like it was a close 3-0.
yeah, it was a close 3-0. I
It
mean,
was.
any of those games could have gone differently, but obviously Zuppy's still alive in losers, so we'll see if Zuppy can turn it around where he will be playing the winner of Swift and Chem, our losers semis matchup coming up.